All right, guys, pictures up.
Pictures up.
Pictures up.
Let's roll sound.
Rolling.
Rolling.
Sound speeds.
Camera speeds. 2. Awesome. Take 2. Mark.
Set. And action.
Welcome to the Penn Cinema Podcast, your behind-the-curtain connection for movie news and reviews. Now here are your hosts, Penn Ketchum and David Moulton.
Welcome to the show. I'm David Moulton.
And I'm Peter, sitting in for Penn. What's up? What if you did the Penn Cinema Podcast with a 5-year-old boy?
I think that it would be one of the most testing times of my life. Let's say that.
Well, I think it would be short.
Yes.
Because I think 5-year-olds have short attention spans. From what I gather, I know a kindergarten teacher.
Okay.
And from what I hear, the engagement time is limited.
It's very limited.
Before their little brains move on to something else.
So it would be like I would set everything up for about 5.5 minutes.
If that.
Yeah.
Right.
And then we'd be doing something else.
And they'd be asking you questions like, is there going to be a dinosaur movie coming soon?
Yeah. When are snacks?
Right. Right. When are snacks?
We'd be starting the podcast. When are we going to do this again?
Right. Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
And then quickly they would escalate to, how much longer do we have to do this?
Right. Where's Sonic?
Right. Can I go to recess? Is it time for gym class?
Now, for those who didn't see on our Facebook page, I put up a picture of our youngest fan, Peter, 5 years old, drew a picture of the Penn Cinema Podcast being hosted by Peter, me, and Sonic. Sorry, Penn.
I'm out.
You're out.
I'm out.
You've been replaced. But to be fair, it took 2.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. A 5-year-old and Sonic.
Sonic.
That's what it takes to place me.
That's what you need to remember.
Right. King Kong ain't got nothing on me. You filthy bastards.
I love it.
The other thing I want to talk about is your impression of how our podcast goes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Do you remember?
Movies.
Movies.
Yeah, that's the
movies. If you want the too long didn't read, this is the version this week of the podcast. Movies. All right, David, let's get down to business because this week David started us out with something he's trying to act like is big and important and relevant.
Yeah,
you need to discuss what this means for the film industry, but really what it is just trying to trick me into watching a 10-minute trailer for some Star Trek shit.
It isn't.
Uh-huh.
It isn't because I could have written it out, but I was lazy and didn't want to tell you what it was about.
Because then I would definitely
you would have been
not
like, "Oh, that's interesting," and then not watched it.
Right, that's true.
Yeah.
Fair.
So what I did is I had Penn watch a tech demo by a company called Otoy, and this was a big thing. It actually came out a couple weeks ago. Well, it was a big thing for Star Trek on a bunch of different levels that we're not going to get into, but what it is this company is revolutionizing digital acting in a new way. So what you may not have realized in this tech demo, are you familiar with the actor Sam Witwer?
No.
Well, he's in a lot of things. You might recognize his face if you saw him.
I'm sure I would, yeah.
Right. He what they did in filming this is they dressed him up. And this is all permission with Paramount and all the actors and all the
even the dead ones?
Their families.
Their estates.
Approved everything, working very closely with what they call the Roddenberry archives.
The Roddenberry is that specific to Leonard Nimoy and Star Trek, or is that like a generic universal, like they have all the dead people's likenesses?
That's Star Trek.
Okay.
Roddenberry was the creator of Star Trek.
Oh, right. I knew that. Yeah. Okay. Roger that.
Yeah. So, anyway, what they did is they dressed him up like William Shatner with makeup as close as they could. And it's uncanny how much he looked like him. And then they used a new digital scanning with William Shatner to then digitally alter and de-age and up-age this guy to look. William Shatner's not in that at all.
Right.
That's all another guy. Now, did you, obviously when he's younger, it's not him, but did you pick up that it wasn't William Shatner?
No, I thought it was. I mean, obviously, you could tell from the thing that it was some kind of stunt on aging and digital acting, to use your phrase. But I figured incorrectly that it was William Shatner and that they had de-aged him for all the stuff except for the really old current stuff.
Right. So that is I think he's 30s, 40s-year-old man.
Yeah,
Just someone else looking like somebody else.
Yeah.
And of course, Leonard Nimoy's Spock is in there, and he has passed away, so he's played by another person. So the idea here is, so when we had Star Wars, we had a dead actor playing a role in it, and people were like,
Can you remind me what that was?
The general.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. Got it. The really old looking dude.
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
No, it's fine. I know who you mean.
Yeah. And then, of course, they did it with
The Irishman.
Princess Leia.
Oh, with Princess Leia.
Yeah, after she had passed away. But yes, The Irishman as well, de-aging Robert De Niro.
And Joe Pesci.
And the thing is with that is there was a big scare, and this was a big part of the strikes that we had, was that the production companies want to scan people for a role, scan them now to either de-age them or whatever, but then they want to own that.
For eternity.
Yeah.
Right.
And be able to put them do whatever they want. What Otoy is with their technology, which is incredibly above what we've been seeing, is they want to develop a service for actors where they can get scanned every year, and the actor owns and retains the rights to their scanning so that they can then, for their lifetime, even if they're older, apply for roles for when they were younger and be like, I would have been great for this. Here's my likeness. You can basically hire me, my digital me.
You can hire my 54-year-old self to play my 30-year-old self in a movie.
And you can get someone who with my body type and use this technology to seamlessly put me over top of them.
I hate everything about this.
I think because the future is coming and fight as we must.
But it's not here yet, right? We're still in the present.
Right. But
last time I checked.
But this technology is coming, right? And if you have to find an amicable way for it to integrate into the art form of movies, I think so far this is the best solution. By giving the actors, letting the actors retain their rights to themselves.
This is why we should do the podcast in video, so that people could see me just deadly
not
flatly
caring.
Staring at you. I will give you. It is a big thing, and it's super cool. And I'll grant you two things.
Yeah.
First of all, I fully support that this is an avenue by which actors can retain control over their own likenesses in future years, and maybe even open up opportunities for them, in future years for past years.
Sure.
And then the second thing that I will grant you is that the technology is amazing.
Right.
I mean, this trailer that David tricked me into watching was super clean. And if I did not know that those two people weren't in this video, I would not have known that those two people.
That's why I didn't tell you.
Right. It was uncanny.
Yeah.
So it's super cool, very cool. My problem with it, the reason why I have a little attitude about it is because, so that's great. It protects the actors and their fortunes moving forward. What is the unintended consequence going to be for young actors trying to get jobs? So now I'm a 30-year-old actor. I've been waiting tables and filming commercials, and I get this big break for this title, for this movie that I would be perfect for. But 89-year-old Brad Pitt has a 41-year-old likeness of himself that just got the job. Or 50 years from now, when Brad Pitt, God forbid, is dead, he gets the job again. You know what I mean? Like it's tough to tell a young actor, or even a 42-year-old actor or a 21-year-old, doesn't matter the age. It's tough to tell an actor, you didn't get the job because we're giving it to a computer-generated, we're going to have some schmo with a similar body type to Brad Pitt stand in, and we're going to have him, we're going to give we're going to give the job to a computer.
Right.
Which as the words were coming out of my mouth, I realized how small-minded that sounds, because what I always say when people complain about losing their jobs to technology, what I always say is, well, the technology that's taking one job may be creating 10 other jobs.
Right.
So the net impact could be, your small-minded little self is worried, and Penn is worried about losing this one job, but now because of this technology, there's 9 other jobs that are being created for projects that might not have been viable, using the old technology. So I'll just settle down. The bottom line is the technology from this company, Otoy, is pretty incredible.
It's insane, right? Yeah.
And what really gives me hope is that when they film a movie about the Penn Cinema podcast, we can have them,
recreating us.
Yeah. Right. Perfect.
Yeah, you could actually look like Peter.
Right. My 5-year-old self.
Yeah.
Some folks would say that it looked like Peter, the 83-year-old self. I've gotten that before, which I take as a great compliment. Oh, my goodness. Well, David, that's really interesting.
It was actual news.
I do appreciate you sharing it with me. And I do want to tell you, I literally did watch it with my full attention on full screen mode on my computer. I wasn't doing anything while I watched it. It had my attention. What I thought it was going to be, when it zoomed in and it showed him like touching a leaf and then it showed his feet walking on the blades of grass, I thought it was going to be like, then it was going to zoom in on the blades of grass and reveal a whole nother galaxy of detail and, whatever. I did, because it took a minute to see what
they were doing.
Yeah, what are you doing here?
Yeah. It actually has a narrative for the Star Trek universe, which I won't obviously get into, but it was also very monumental for what it did just in its story, which from an outside perspective, it doesn't have one.
Right.
Right. So
what's the Star Trek version of pew pew?
Zap zap, I guess.
I think it doesn't have one.
I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Well, Star Trek 2 already happened.
Twice.
2-3 times a lady.
Right.
Speaking of ladies and sequels, Barbie 2 is now officially in the works.
I feel like you could argue.
One could argue
that there was always going to be a Barbie 2.
Of course there was.
Too big.
Absolutely.
But I think you could also argue that it was such a moment in time movie that it didn't need a sequel.
100%, it did not need a sequel.
Right.
But the character was characters, plural, were so engaging and I don't want to be corny, but they were beloved. Yeah. I mean, everybody, it was great.
Yeah.
So, so let me ask you this, because I didn't read the story. Is Greta Gerwig directing and Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling and Kate McKinnon, like the whole gang, everybody's back in? So
basically that's what this is saying, is everyone's now fully
I think that's great.
In the go mode to make it happen. Because I think they were, a lot of options, and then I think Margot Robbie had a kid, so there was like a time delay there.
First of all, I think it's great that they're doing a sequel. And second of all, I feel like good for them. It shows their character and a little bit about everybody who's involved, that they didn't make a cash grab and just rush to have a sequel because they knew they'd make a ton of money. They waited until there was a good story. They waited till everybody could commit to being involved, and now they're proceeding with a sequel. I think that's great.
Yeah.
It's the right path forward.
Agreed. I think this is a smart move. Speaking of moving a path forward.
And smart moves.
We're going to talk about DC's new universe later in the show. Ooh. But they are now announcing a Clayface movie.
Tell me more. I have no idea what that means.
Well, I'll tell you that Clayface is my second favorite Batman villain.
Oh, I hate this.
So
don't we hate franchises that are based on the... Didn't that not work for Venom?
Yes.
Okay.
Although it kind of worked for the Penguin series.
I stopped watching that about the 4th or 5th episode because I was bored.
I think I will probably agree with you, but there are people who seem to think that it's quite good.
Okay.
So I don't know what universe this Clayface movie is going to be in, the Batman/Penguin thing that's going on, or if it's going to be in the larger DCEU that's launching here with Superman. But Clayface is a very interesting character. There's several different versions of him, but the basic gist is an actor who is aging out, uses a cream that can let him mold his face to be younger, but then he owes debts, so they put too much cream on him, and then he becomes a shapeshifter.
Sounds like some O-Toy would do.
Yeah.
Exactly.
A real O-Toy move.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If I've ever seen one. Can I complain about something for a minute?
Yeah.
I got a problem.
What's your problem with Penn?
And now, ladies and gentlemen, our newest segment of an old classic. What's your problem
With Penn.
with Penn? Don't all answer at once. Just because you have a problem with Penn, you don't have to voice it.
Right.
You don't have to give life to it.
Yeah.
You could just let it come enter your head and keep walking.
Although, as many great therapists would say, it's good to get it out.
No. And if your therapist told you to get it out, they're wrong.
Wow.
You should just stuff that a little further deeper down inside.
Close it up and don't address it.
Just stomp on it, a little bit more like you're out back in the cardboard dumpster, jumping up and down on an old standee for a movie nobody came to see.
That's the Penn Cinema way.
That's the Penn Cinema way. We don't buy into this therapeutic bullshit. Just go out to the dumpster and jump on a standee. What I want to complain about, my problem, I'll tell you my problem. Thanks for asking. I appreciate that.
No problem.
Yeah, my problem. Well played. No problem. Well, one problem.
Well, yeah, I guess maybe there's a problem.
No problem. Well, one problem. My problem is, and I'm gonna register this. I'm gonna lodge this complaint with no names.
No names.
Because I think I can apply it to the distribution industry as a whole.
Oh, okay.
As you know, every Monday I book all these movies.
Yeah.
In the old days, the people who are I'm in the exhibition industry. The movie theaters are exhibitors, and then the studio has a department called distribution, and they have a department called production. So production makes the movies, and then sometimes within the same company, or sometimes they hire another company to do the distribution. The distribution is the people I deal with. Okay. The job title in distribution is sales. In the old days, I used to have these relationships with all these salespeople.
Right.
And we would yell at each other and fight, but it was like a very, there was a level of respect and trust and understanding. And what I want to complain about today is not the absence of that, because that's been gone for a few years and I'm kind of over it now. What I want to complain about is nobody sells me their movies anymore. Nobody tells me why this title would be great. What they do is they send me some, email with the description. This is the title and this is who's in it and this is when it comes out, like 2 or 3 months before the title comes out. And then, like the Monday before the Friday opening, they send me an email looking to confirm my locations. And I'm like, wait, what? I don't even know. I don't know. Why should I play this movie?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not asking you to sell me Sonic. Everybody's going to book Sonic. I don't need to talk about Sonic. Right. I don't need to talk about Mufasa or Moana or Wicked. But what I'm saying is there's a level of middle-of-the-road movies, and I'm not even getting into the independent movies, but the middle-of-the-road movies, which everybody in the industry, in the totality of the movie industry, is complaining, oh, they don't get life, they don't get legs, they don't get opportunities in movie theaters. Well, how about you hire a distribution company that calls a film booker like myself and explains to me what's exciting about this picture?
Right.
Instead of hiring a distribution company that sends out a mass email 90 days before the title opens, and then 5 minutes before it opens wants to bitch at me about why I'm not playing their stupid movie.
Right.
Talk to me about the connection it might have to my audience. Talk to me about, the genre that it represents, or the story behind it, or even just a basic understanding of like, hey, Penn, this is going to be a $5 million picture. You know what I mean? Like, let me understand what we're talking about. Don't just send me an email saying, looking to confirm your locations. Now I'm getting on a rant, but we have a 7-plex in our circuit of 3 theaters. You know what I'm playing at the 7-plex? You know I'm playing Mufasa, Moana, Wicked, Sonic. you know,
You're already fully booked.
I'm
almost.
like, of course, you know, I'm not playing a $5 million picture in the Sevenplex, but it doesn't stop the salespeople from sending an email and wanting to argue about, you know, and then I tell them no, and then a week later they send me another email that says, has anything changed at the 7? No, man, come on, we're still a 7-plex. We're not a 15-plex.
Right.
I didn't add 8 screens overnight. But my real complaint, I don't want to get sidetracked to that. My real complaint is nobody makes any effort to sell their pictures anymore. They just blankly expect you to have a friend named David who makes you watch their trailers.
What a guy. If everyone had a friend like David, the world would be so different.
Well, not that this guy falls into that category, but we just booked a movie to open on Christmas called Fire Inside. And the only reason why I knew about that movie was because we watched a trailer on the show. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Like,
I have a question for you. It's totally unrelated.
all right, rant over. Thanks for listening.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a good problem with Penn.
Right.
Would you ever build up?
No, because I don't own a theater in New York City.
But, okay, that's the only reason?
What, you mean vertically? Like add screens?
Yeah.
No. I mean, I would in Huntington Valley, 7-plex in Huntington Valley, we could use 2 or 3 more screens there. We consistently are sold out at the 7-plex. I don't, you know, if it was 2009 and we were doing that kind of business and I needed to, you know, add theaters, like I would consider it. There's no, you know, logical reason not to, except that the construction gets more expensive the higher up you go. But you know, you made a big deal this morning about talking about, or not this morning, but earlier on the show, talking about the future is here, right?
Right.
Well, the past is gone. You know, so the days of us, you know, needing more screens are gone. Like Lidditz is a 15-plex, 14 plus the IMAX, and that is a well-sized theater. I do not like this Christmas, like on Black Friday, I could have used 2 more screens to play more screens of Wicked. Other than that one day,
Right.
you know, I don't need any more screens.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I guess, so if you're asking me a hypothetical question, like if demand warranted it,
Right.
yeah, I'd build up.
I'm always fascinated whenever I go to a theater that you go upstairs.
Yeah, that's New York City, right?
Right. Or there's one in Baltimore Harbor where you go down,
Yeah,
and that's
pretty wild
pretty
too.
wild, too.
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Well, the effort of Maine, if you would sit in the front row, you would be sitting below ground level.
Oh, interesting.
You don't go downstairs or anything like that, but just the layout of the building, the the terrain of that, because it's right on Main Street where it's going downhill, and the theater is built into that hill, and obviously the theater is level. So in order for that to be level, I think I'm correct in saying that by the time you get to the front row,
I would imagine.
I know that I am, because if you go up on the stage in Theater 2, that exits onto the street. The fire exits onto the street level. So then you go back into the building and down the steps, you know, and down to get into the front row. So, but yeah, I mean, building theaters is fascinating. It's a really fascinating thing. But I think the number one, and it's like not going to be that interesting because maybe everybody assumes it, but however expensive you think it is to build a movie theater, it's worse. It's more expensive. You know, whatever your little mind can come up with in terms of a big dollar amount, it's more. I learned that personally. I lived that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, moving on. Speaking of movies in a franchise that I thought was long and gone has announced that they're mulling around with the big shots about doing another one.
I dig it.
And that's Meet the Parents.
I love it.
Which I remember the first one being so hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Second one, did they do a third one? I don't think so.
I think they did, because I think they did 2 with the word Fockers in it.
Oh, they might have.
I might be wrong.
The second one was Meet the Fockers.
Right. And the first one was Meet the Parents. Second one was Meet the Fockers. And I thought there was like a Fockers.
There might have been another one. Anyway, but they're talking about doing another one in the franchise.
I think that's great. To use your measure that you like to put out there, which I think is
top notch.
Yeah, right. That's the word. You always know how to finish my sentences just right.
Yeah.
Is it necessary? Of course not. But will I look forward to seeing it? Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a fun premise. It's a fun idea. You get a good cast in there. It's going to be gold.
Yeah.
If you get a bad cast, or actually, you know what this is a good example of? This is a good example of where a good writer is going to make all the difference. You know what I mean? Like if it's well written and fun and has a nice beat, you know.
Comedies are getting harder and harder to make.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish there would be more of them. We don't have a good adult comedy right now that I can think off the top of my head.
Except for the Penn Cinema podcast.
Nosferatu, I guess.
Oh, that movie's going to be hilarious.
First date? Come on now. I got a title for you. All right. And I'm going to handle this one because I know you're not emotionally equipped to manage this. Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse officially secures a director who will stay on board for the third installment.
It may have written that wrong, but stay on board.
Stay on board.
So basically, this is crazy.
Actually, I was teasing you because you like to beat up on it so bad. But now that I understand the headline, this is actually really good news for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the fact is that it's crazy that they did, the people who did the first two into the Spider-Man verse,
oh my God,
Miles Morales movies, which are amazing,
so good,
were not already secured for the third one until now is insane. And the fact that we could have lost them. But
wow,
it's very good to know that they're going to be on board to finish out.
Is there any kind of rough timeline, or probably a couple years from now?
It's going to be a while.
27.
Because they haven't started anything. I mean, they just secured the directors, so
yeah,
I don't know where the script is.
Right.
But
it's probably in California somewhere.
No, it's good. That's a good point.
Either that or it's in the cloud.
Snap.
Oh, snap.
Yeah. Finally, let's end out. Amazon, MGM, and Eon Productions have announced the development of another Ian Fleming title. What do you think, James Bond?
Obviously.
Yeah, well, what if I told you not James Bond?
Wait, did Ian Fleming write something besides James Bond?
Yeah,
That sounds like some bullshit.
Little thing called Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
See what I did there?
Yeah.
That's good, right?
Bullshit.
That was gold.
Yeah, I got to admire your wordplay.
You blew right past it as if it wasn't the comedic moment of the year.
Well, the thing is I was so shocked. I thought no one would ever make that joke.
Right.
And I can't believe that he, of all people, broke comedic ground with that.
I'm nothing if not a comedy pioneer.
That's incredibly true.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why I wear this raccoon cap.
All the time.
Yeah. Right.
Now I'm imagining you with a raccoon
Yes,
cap.
as well you should. So you're telling me that Ian Fleming, famed author of James Bond, also is responsible for the Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, which I remember watching that reading that as a kid, and I thought it was great.
I watched it as a kid.
This is maybe both I did, because I sort of have visual memories of both, but I might be making that up.
I always loved Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Yeah. So what? They're making movies.
They're making a movie.
Great.
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
And maybe or maybe not related, but I heard rumor that 2025 is going to be the year that Barbara Broccoli announces the new James Bond.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah. I heard. I was reading a trade article about the year ahead, and it mentioned in the early 25 that the conventional wisdom seems to be that Miss Broccoli, who I think is an elderly stateswoman type of thing within the franchise, that she's ready to name names.
Wow. I know that even this week, there was more rumors about who it could be. So
stresses me out because, like, if you're going to tap me to be James Bond this year, I need like a little heads up. I mean, I got stuff going on here.
That's true.
Yeah. I got my hands full.
You were a front runner.
Yeah.
I remember earlier you said I would be willing to do it.
Right. That was reported on this very show.
Yeah. So
wait, I just wanted to, because the people want to know, would you be willing if they tapped you?
Under duress and consideration,
right.
I think that I would have to openly admit, if I was approached about playing James Bond, I would probably take the role.
You'd be obligated.
Yeah. I would say, if the fans really want this.
Right. So podcast@penncinema.com. If you think we should formally draft Miss Broccoli to put David Moulton on her radar.
Well, that's all the news fit to print this week. whoa, a little bit of a flare on the one
That was
side
a
there.
non-committal. I don't know what was going on there.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't like a dual-sided, like that would have been dual.
And it wasn't a fully into it.
Yeah. I don't know.
Lane just planned it. Lane just planned it. Did twice, planted right behind you.
All right,
it would've
David,
been a
this
good
week
show.
we have we have 8 or 9 trailers. I think this is the week where we can say almost all of them, well, they're all good. I'm going to go out on a limb and say they're all good. Some are better than others, but we have some great trailers on here.
Yeah.
I do not have a trailer of the week. I mean, I guess I'll pick one in my mind right now, but I could get talked out of it.
I feel like there's one that I almost am obligated to pick as trailer of the week.
You want to start there?
I guess we can.
Where are you starting? Superman?
Superman.
Yeah.
This trailer kind of blew me away.
In a good way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I did. I wasn't expecting to like crypto as much as I did. Some of the things that I read about this trailer is that they were like, this feels not only like the bright Superman is back, but like, whereas the Zack Snyder Supermans we went to the movies and saw, what if Superman was in our world? This is going to the movies and experience the story in their wacky super world.
Right.
Which is, I think, way more appealing.
Right.
And,
The cast is amazing.
yeah. Yeah.
Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane is amazing.
And they're just throwing in a ton of expanded DC Universe characters. You got Mr. Terrific, you see Hawkgirl, you see Green Lantern. Like, they're not like holding back on this world
Right.
has other heroes in it.
Right.
Like a lot of these things do, where they just
Right.
hint at it.
Right.
And maybe you see them in another movie.
Well, that's awesome. Why don't we do this? Can we do like a little something different this week?
Sure.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
I mean, is that all right with you?
All right, you know, this week,
Yeah.
I'm all right with it.
Right.
Next week,
What about last week?
no.
No.
No. Next week, last week, by the books.
Right. This
This
week.
week.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Here's what I propose. I say that we agree Superman by the sheer legitimacy of the epic nature of this is big news.
It's a big deal, yeah.
And it was really good, lived up to the hype. So we're going to say that this is a trailer of the week.
Right.
But beyond that, we're going to say this is a trailer of the week and we're going to set it aside. And then Penn and David have to pick their trailer of the week.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
we're both agreeing Superman, done, deal. Trailer looks amazing. If you haven't
Yeah.
seen it yet, it's worth your time. Go watch it. Superman comes in July of 25, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not too far out.
No.
I love the fact that this is the first trailer we're seeing. And it's
Yeah.
only, 6 months away?
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
And it was a substantial, not like.
Right, it wasn't some goofy tease.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so with that being said, we have to pick you got a new trailer of the
I
week?
do.
Okay, and so do I.
Okay.
All right, so let's start at the top of the list and see where we land.
Okay. We're going to talk about Death of a Unicorn, which I think this will be my runner-up.
This is my trailer of the week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's valid.
Yeah.
It looks like a comedic, fun romp, like a thriller romp type of thing.
It stars Jenna Ortega, Paul Rudd, Téa Leoni, and the kid from
Holtz.
We're the Millers. What's his name?
Isn't it Holtz? Something Holtz?
I don't know what his name is, but he's the young redhead in
Yeah.
We're the Millers, and he was amazing in that movie. He's now a full-grown man. He looks great in this movie. This movie, for the next 6 months, when somebody tells me Hollywood is out of fresh ideas,
Yeah.
I'm going to tell them, go watch Death of a Unicorn. Because this movie, at every minute throughout this trailer, I thought I understood what this movie was, and then I was informed otherwise.
Yeah.
This looks great. It's creative, fresh. I can't quite tell exactly what's going on, but it looks funny as hell.
Premise of the idea is they're driving down the road and they accidentally hit a unicorn. And they're like, what? Unicorns? Is that what this really is? And you think pretty horse unicorn.
Right.
But then as the trailer reveals, no, horrible death monster.
Monster unicorn.
Unicorn.
Are you clear? I'm not clear that there's not two unicorns. There might be a good unicorn and a bad unicorn.
I think there's the unicorn they hit and then the unicorn that gets revenge.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And unicorns now are thought of as these beautiful things, but
Right.
apparently in historical mythology, they were brutal monsters.
Yeah.
So
And the grandmother figure played by Téa Leone, which, by the way, I can't believe she's old enough to be playing grandmother types. But she has that, they're like, oh my God, it's a unicorn. And she's there, but they're trying to figure out what it is. And she goes, it's some kind of mammalian with a singular protrusion,
And then they're finally like, let's just call it what it is. It's a unicorn.
Yeah. And then at the very end of the trailer, they say, hey, maybe on the way home we'll hit Bigfoot.
And not only does this movie look like they're being stalked by another unicorn, but then it also looks like they're like maybe shaving off part of the horn and using it for like medicinal weird things, and it's having,
I think the family is not exactly what you think. It's not any old ordinary family.
Right. Yeah, they're like a rich business-like
with maybe some secrets.
Yeah.
And Paul Rudd, of course, nobody's funnier than Paul Rudd.
Right.
I mean, my God.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is a good runner-up. This is a good pick of the week. Next up, we have probably, I'm going to say, the worst trailer of the week. Of the trailers, and they're good, this is what I'm going to say is the worst. Is that legitimate shock on your face?
I liked this movie the first time they made it when it was called Die Hard. Thank you very much, folks. I'm here all week.
Oh.
Hey. Oh.
It's getting hot in here. This movie's called Cleaner, and it had a Red Band trailer, and it stars Daisy Ridley, Clive Owen, and the idea is that Daisy Ridley is a window cleaner.
Daisy Riddler.
Yeah, Daisy Riddler.
Daisy Ridley
is a window cleaner who has to work late.
Because she arrived late.
She arrived late.
Yeah.
And so they're like, even though it's dark and would be dangerous for a window cleaner in a normal everyday life to be on the side of a building by themselves, you have to work an extra hour.
Yeah.
And then she winds up seeing a hostage situation.
A big time hostage, not just a regular old run of the ordinary hostage.
We're talking like the Joker in The Dark Knight takes
we're talking like Die Hard.
Yeah, like Die Hard. Yeah. And then, of course, guess what?
Chicken butt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Daisy Riddler used to be a somehow incredibly capable military personnel, but also failed out of the military.
Right.
And so she's the only one equipped to save the building and her brother, who's there for some reason.
Right. I have to say I liked this movie more until I heard you talking about it. I liked this trailer when I watched it. I liked this trailer so much that I looked up on the interwebs and found the contact information for the distribution company, which is called Quiver Distribution. And they seem to be based in the UK, so you know what I did? I tried to be slick. You know how people in the UK or in Europe in general, like it's a very European thing, they switch their days and their months. So you wouldn't write. So if I was telling you one American guy to another, something came out February 21st, I would write 2-21-25.
Right.
But for them, I wrote 21.2.25.
Whoa.
Trying to ingratiate myself.
And did you make sure you referred to the movie properly? I'd like to get your picture-wictory movie function.
I started out my email by saying, bloody hell. Blimey, bloke.
Perfect.
You're right.
Perfect. That's the way you make a good impression.
info@quiverdistribution.com. We'll see if they write me. I'll let you know if they write me back. I will play this movie if they want to book it in Let's, because I think as much as you are pointing out some fallacies to it
might be fun.
Daisy Ridley's good. Clive Owen is good. Like, this is a dumb movie that they ripped off of Die Hard, but it looks like fun.
If the action is good, it could be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the part in the trailer where she hits the girl with steam and then keeps throwing her into it. Like, I was like, it's kind of fun.
Next up, we have Novocaine, which opens up in March. This is from Paramount. This looks like sort of a action comedy.
Yeah.
In the vein, I don't even want to say it out loud, but it had Deadpool vibes.
Sure.
In the sense that it was a comedy and it was a little bit of a reluctant superhero. Over
the premise?
Yeah, please do. The premise is this guy has the main character has no sense of pain.
Yeah.
So in other words, you cut him with a knife and, he doesn't feel it.
Jack Quaid.
Jack Quaid, played by Jack Quaid. And then he's a bank teller, or no, he's somewhere. Is he a bank teller?
I think so. He's
And
a banker.
there's some kind of robbery, and he's got the hots for this girl who's a teller, I think, and she gets taken hostage, and he pursues to try to rescue her. And in the course of trying to rescue her, he's shot and stabbed and all this kind of stuff. What was interesting, first of all, it looked hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Second of all, it was they made sure to put in the trailer that his best friend reminds him, even though you don't feel anything, you can still die.
Right.
I mean, you're not immortal. It's not Superman or, one of these other, immortal people.
Right.
So that kind of adds an element of interest to it, but it looks pretty ridiculous. It looks pretty great. Like, I look forward to seeing it, but I don't know.
I like Jack Quaid. I think it's a very middle of the road movie, but I want to see it.
Yeah. It comes out the week after Captain America.
And I like how they drove home that you were saying, where they have a bit where a guy, he's like, hey, from college, he's like, we all thought you were going to be dead by now because
right.
you can't feel pain.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, look, and he's not dead.
Yeah.
I get that a lot.
Next up, we have a movie called Black Bag, which when I was looking into, didn't have a U.S. release, but I felt the names were a little bit too big not to get a U.S. release, and that's Cate Blanchett and Michael Fassbender, or Fassbender, as you want to say. It's kind of a Mr. and Mrs. Smith, but more serious. Like less comical?
Yeah.
More comical, but basically they're two spies. They're married and then wind up getting a mission against each other.
Well, I don't think she has a mission against him. I think he has a mission
against her
to stop her mission.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. I thought this movie looked amazing. I didn't notice when the release date was, but I took notice of it and thought to myself, "Ooh, I can't wait to see this movie." I mean, Michael Fassbender is great.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't make. I'm not aware that he's ever made a bad movie.
Cate Blanchett as well.
Yeah, same.
She's fantastic.
Yeah.
So, I'm totally into this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next up, we have one that caught me by surprise. This is from Sony, and it's Memorial Day weekend or shortly thereafter next year. And it is Karate Kid Legends, which is basically a sequel. It reminds me of Rocky transitioning to Creed. Mm-hmm. So Mr. Miyagi is referenced, and Ralph Macchio plays the Karate Kid, but he's now an adult, and he works with Jackie Chan, who plays
the same character he played in the Karate Kid movie with Jackie Chan and Will Smith's son.
Okay. So there's some good continuation and a good cast in place. I'm not saying this movie's going to win any Oscars because it's not, but it looks like an exciting, fun action movie.
Yeah, I'm fully on board for this. If you would have told me it was just Karate Kid with Ralph Macchio, I would have been like, okay, whatever. But I really like the Jackie Chan Karate Kid a lot. And
Jackie Chan, in general, I think is one of the most underrated actors in Hollywood.
Yeah.
He's great.
Yeah. I'm right there with you. I think this looks fantastic.
Yep.
Next, we have a movie. It is the directorial debut of Julia Stiles. It's called Wish You Were Here, and this is a lot like The Fault in Our Stars. I think it's going to be a real heartstring pooler about a doomed romance, and I mean doomed because one of the members of the romance is dying of cancer.
The boy member.
Yeah. So it looks like a real tearjerker. It doesn't look. I don't want to say that it looks bad because it looks like a romance drama, and it's hitting all the beats that it's supposed to beat, and What I thought was interesting about it is I didn't realize that it says a Julia Stiles film, and it took me a minute to realize this is her directorial debut. Yeah. Which I know you said a moment ago, but I just wanted to emphasize that. Like, she's always been a great actress, and it'll be fun to see. It's interesting that she took this movie on she decided this would be her first stab at it. Yeah. So that's good. Like, this movie to me is like whatever. Like, maybe I'll watch it, maybe I won't, but yeah, I'm right there with you on that. Here again, maybe somebody will call me and try to explain to me, like, sell it to me.
Next up, 28 years later. Was there news on this? Does this come in June, and then there's another, like a sequel to this in February of 26?
Not that I'm aware
Okay.
of.
I must have misread the headline there.
Maybe I don't think it's a two-parter.
I don't think it is either. I'm not sure what I read. 28 years later, this is Drew Schaefer's #1 most anticipated title of 2025. Really? I, on the other hand, look terrified.
I like the first one. I never saw the second one. I like the way that they did zombies in it and that it was a rage virus and not like an actual zombie virus. So it's not undead.
Interesting.
Which I thought was...
Yeah.
You didn't see that?
No, I haven't seen any of them.
The premise, it's a virus that just makes you like incredibly violent and then you just don't stop to eat or anything.
Right.
And that's why it's 20... Because the idea is that you can live without food for 28 days and then you die. And so that's like the idea is that people who survive for 28 days survive the mobs.
The virus.
Yeah.
I would never do well in that scenario. I don't like going 28 minutes without food. Just
Well, I mean, if you had the virus, you wouldn't care. You'd be the scary one, Mr. Runner. You'd run so fast.
Yeah.
You get so many
right.
people.
That's the first word people associate with me.
Fast.
Fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what my
Iron-
coach is always telling me.
Watch out for the iron.
Yeah. Why are you so fast all the time?
Everyone.
Right.
Yeah. Next up is my trailer of the week.
What? Stop. Wait. Okay. Understanding that we took Superman off the board, you're telling me that The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie, which, by the way, comes from Warner Brothers and opens on February 23rd. You're telling me this is your trailer of the week?
Yeah.
With Superman off the board.
With Superman off the board.
And having touched on Death of a Unicorn and Black Bag and Karate Kid.
Yeah.
All right, tell me about why you love this trailer so much.
I love it because it looks and feels like a classic Looney Tunes. It doesn't feel like modern, wacky joke cartoon.
I'll give you that.
It looks like old Looney Tunes. And just within the last couple months, I have been thinking to myself, what happened to Looney Tunes?
Yeah.
And then I was thinking, well, you just get stuff like Space Jams, but that doesn't feel...
Right.
That's not like Looney Tunes.
No.
And I was like, nothing else really is. It's always like super wacky like SpongeBob, but nothing is like Looney Tunes anymore.
This does look loony.
And this looks like classic Looney Tunes. And some of the Daffy Ducks jokes, like, I chuckled.
Yeah, they were pretty good.
So that's why
Okay.
it hit my nostalgia. Now, will I see it? I don't know. But for trailers of the week that got me the most motivated outside of Superman, it was this one.
I think the weakest trailer of the week was Wish You Were Here.
Yeah.
Which I kind of regretfully say because I really like Julia Stiles and I hope the movie's great and I hope it makes her shit tons of money.
The trailer spelled out the whole movie, though.
The trailer was soft. 28 years later, it's like, whatever. But really, I think the second worst trailer was The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie.
What?
I shouldn't say that. It's hard to compare this to all the other trailers because it's so clearly like its own thing.
It's a Looney Tunes.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe it's because I watched this one first.
I need to watch this movie. Like, I need to, like, how is this going to hold up for 90 minutes?
Yeah, that's true, too. Yeah.
But here again, like to a point that you frequently make, we're supposed to be talking about trailers, not projecting what we're worried about with the movie.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I will take it back and admit that I will say this trailer did make me laugh, like you referenced. Like it,
yeah.
I chuckled.
It was effective as a trailer.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll grant you that. I don't agree with your trailer of the week position, but I will agree that it was a pretty good trailer.
Thank you.
And I think that we should plan ahead to February 23rd and watch this movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So hopefully it's not the same week as Captain America because that'd be super awkward if we had nothing
That's Valentine's Day, isn't it?
But what if it was the same week as Captain America? We were like, we're not talking about Captain America because 2 months ago, right, we're going to review Looney Tunes.
We're high-end critics.
Right. We don't bother with this Marvel stuff.
Well, that brings us to the end of trailers.
Finally. I was off again.
We're off. You were too early.
Too fast
Yeah.
again. It's a tough one because it really
It's the suspense.
it
builds up.
It really builds.
And then it makes you think for a minute.
All right, David.
All right. We have a double feature because last week I was sickaroo.
Sickaroni.
And so we're back. Let's start with War of the Rohirrim.
The Rohirrim.
Rohirrim.
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings.
The War of the Rohirrim.
War of the Rohirrim. Pen, what did you think of Lord of the Rings?
Oh my God.
War of the Rohirrim.
I love this so much.
This is a double feature of me doing solo reviews.
What'd you say?
I said, if this is a double feature of me doing solo reviews.
Well, my chief criticism of War of the Rohirrim is that you never met the Lord. There was all these rings without a lord,
Yeah.
and the whole title of the movie was Lord of the Rings,
Right.
And there's all these rings laying around, of equal merit, and there was no one that stood out above the others. So the whole time the Rohirrim are having this war, fighting and shooting, and
It's definitely a war of them.
yeah. And they were fighting. Fighting like bastards.
They were.
Yeah.
Definitely fighting.
Yes. But there was never any clear winner, so that left me.
That's true.
Felt me unsatisfied.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Maybe we should start with Mufasa.
Maybe. Oh, hold on. Are you telling me that on a week? What? There was something else that came out this week, and I remember someone said we need to watch War of the Rohirrim.
We did?
What? Yeah, because you were like, well, we have to.
Because somebody wrote in.
No, you did.
I wrote in?
No. When we decided,
I wrote into my own show?
When we decided what we were going to watch, you were like, hands down, we have to watch War of the Rohirrim.
Huh.
And then, surprisingly,
shockingly,
you did not see War of the Rohirrim.
Which is super awkward because it sounds like you didn't see it either.
I did see it.
You did.
But the problem is I didn't like it.
Okay.
Yeah. So I will say War of the Rohirrim, it's based off of like a paragraph in the appendices.
That's so you.
Right. But here's the thing. It just wasn't good. It just wasn't interesting. I was bored. And the animation was ugly. The backgrounds were incredibly detailed to almost looking real. But then the characters on top of it didn't match. And the part that really pissed me off is it was not like a fully, okay, here's a story, let's watch this story. But instead they were like, here's a story, but I mean, we have to expand on it. So what if we took all of the incredible things from the trilogy and they just happened already? Like, you think the Momokill were interesting, the giant elephants? Hey, they're here. You know the Watcher in the water that was supposed to be a one-of-a-kind thing that attacked the Fellowship? Oh, there's just one, like, in the woods next to the Rohirrim that eats an entire giant elephant whole. You know the eagles? They're a big part of this movie.
Obviously.
Remember how Gandalf came down that big hill in that fantastic moment that was just really impressive? What if another army did that as well and saved the day? It just...
Was Gandalf even in this one?
No, it doesn't have any of the characters.
See, that's so lame.
It's based 200 years before the other movies.
Well, I'll tell you one thing that's from a business side that's interesting about this movie is when it opened, it felt like a flop. But it's been out a few weeks now, and it's still doing like... Steady Eddie. You know what I mean? Like, this movie is Steady Eddie. It has an audience. People are coming to see it.
There were a lot of people in the theater when I saw it. I was surprised.
It's doing business, and it may not have opened to good numbers. It kind of reminds me of my football coach.
Yeah.
Remember what he always said?
Just do it.
He said, you may be small, but you're slow. It would be a prelude to a lifelong saga of being told I'm slow.
Yeah, before they started saying that you were fast.
Long before.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, moving on to Mufasa. So,
Mufasa.
David, I assume that you're saying
Worst movie I've
Lord
ever
of the Rings is the worst movie either of us have ever seen.
Yeah.
I'm going to jump right on board with that
Yeah.
review. Tell us what you thought of Mufasa.
I also didn't like it.
Oh,
Yeah.
why?
Here's what I said immediately afterward. If you have only been, if you're a kid
Yeah,
and you've only been exposed to
I see.
the live action Lion King, or maybe also the cartoon or whatever, this is fine. But if you were a kid when the Lion King came out and it was this amazing, monumental moment of your childhood and zeitgeist of, like, huge thing in the zeitgeist where it was everywhere, like Sonic or the Minions are everywhere, or SpongeBob.
Right.
You know, it was that kind of equivalent
Right.
of just taking over the culture. And the story meant something, and you spent then the rest of your life seeing this movie over and over again. This does nothing but take away from that story. It lessens the characters, because it's like, all right, when Mufasa takes Simba and he's like, look into the clouds and you see all the previous kings are up there watching down, right? You're like, oh, here's this kid who comes from this long line of kings that have become these great leaders and everything. And then he goes on this crazy adventure. But then this movie takes that and says, well, actually, Mufasa was the first king in your line.
So what happened to all the other kings in the clouds?
They're just they're not related.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's
Yeah.
There's no lineage after all.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It
Yeah.
takes away.
Yeah.
And then if Scar had done what he did in this movie and been that big of a betrayer, then how come Simba was both A, so close with him, and B, allowed to be around him, because he called him Uncle Scar, unsupervised, except for by the little bird? Like, what parent's going to take the person who betrayed their whole family and been like, nah, my kid can just hang out with them?
None.
Right. So it doesn't make sense for the characters to be in that position, because it couldn't have been that long between when this happened and when Simba was born. I'm just saying, it lessens. It's not that the story wasn't good, because the story's fine, right? And the animation is fine. But what it does to the original story is lessen it.
Yeah.
And, you know, Dune has the same problem. I talk about that all the time. So to me, it just lessens the Lion King. And I didn't like any of the songs.
Well, that was going to be my complaint. So here's my review. And I did watch this movie.
Okay.
But I was interrupted frequently.
Whoa.
Like, that's just the nature of it, the way it goes for me sometimes. And I have to say that when a couple on two of the interruptions, I did not even hurry back into, so I may have missed 5 or 10 minutes at a clip.
Yeah.
And not worried about it. But from what I did see, there was nothing about it that made me want to hurry back into the auditorium. And there was no music that, like, grabbed you. Like, in the original Lion King, like, the soundtrack, and I don't know if I'm using the word original one, but, in the big Lion King, like, there are songs in there that to this day stand up on their own. And in this current in Mufasa that's in the theaters now, like, it's great and it's getting good reviews and the audience is loving it, or I should say liking it. But nobody's walking out singing the songs. Yeah. Everybody's walking out of Wicked singing the songs that they just heard. And I didn't own a theater back then, but I'm sure when the original Lion King came out, everybody was walking out singing Hakuna Matata and stuff. Nobody can name a song that was in this movie.
I'm going to say something controversial.
Oh, hit me.
I think this movie cemented, in my opinion, Lin-Manuel Miranda is an overrated hack.
Oh my God. I disagree entirely with that statement. But what I will say is that Bruce Springsteen songs that he writes now sound like Bruce Springsteen songs that he wrote 40 years ago. He has a He has a style. He has a tone. He has a I don't want to like diminish it because he's one of the all-time epic great storytellers ever. But he has a lane, and he stays in his lane. You know what I mean? And a lot of artists, the best artists, know what they're good at and do it. I don't think Lin-Manuel Miranda should try to write movie scores anymore. I think he should go back to Broadway.
Yeah. He tries to put too much lyric into his, I think that's the biggest thing, is he puts too much story into his songs and you lose the hook.
Interesting. Yeah.
It's not repeatable because every line is different. Yeah. Every line is something new, pushing and sometimes a song needs to do that in a musical, but so much so that they become, you can't remember what they're singing about.
Yeah.
What's the point of this song? I don't know. It's just a song that's happening while other things happen.
I'm trying to, what movie, there was a musical movie that came out. I'm not thinking of Into the Heights. There's a movie that he made. It wasn't Mary Poppins. It was some kind of remake that he was responsible for the soundtrack. And you and I sat here and we were like, oh my God, this is going to be amazing. Lin-Manuel is the best.
Right.
And then a couple weeks later, we saw the movie and we were like, this wasn't as awesome as we had hoped.
Right.
And I feel like this is a continuation of that trend.
Yeah.
And I would love to see him go back to New York, or, you know, he lives in New York, but I would love to see him go back to Broadway and write a Broadway show.
I think that he does good original content where he's like creating the whole story. I think he does not do he's been doing so much Disney stuff.
Yeah.
And I've not liked any of his Disney stuff.
Kayla's going to kill us.
Because he has to live inside that
Yeah.
world that they're building. I think that he does, like In the Heights, Hamilton, like
Amazing.
yeah, those things, that's his lane.
And he's amazing at it.
Right. Go do that. It just doesn't transfer
Yeah.
for me. So
All
I'm going to
right.
say worst movie I've ever seen.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Now, with that being said, on a more serious note, if you're looking for movies to see over the holidays, people are liking it. Like me and David are being picky, but people are enjoying Mufasa. Sonic is bringing out the families like crazy. So if you got a family that you're trying to bring out, probably your safer bet is Sonic, unless you have kids who are into The Lion King and into musicals.
you could do worse with The Lion King.
Yeah, no, there's nothing. Yeah. If you're looking to do something fun and anybody in your group wants to see Mufasa, then you're going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
If you're like a hardcore moviegoer and you're trying to come with an attitude and judge it, you're probably not going to love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are we doing next time? I think we're doing our best of 2024.
Next time is the best of 2024. Since I feel like I dropped the ball on Lord of the Rings, I'm planning to watch Nosferatu before our show, and I might just come with a quick movie review.
Okay. Well, I might be able to chime in because I do actually want to see that. So,
don't you?
Yeah.
I mean, I think you and I are on the same page. Neither one of us are big horror guys.
Right.
But this movie looks like we don't want to miss it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's exactly where I am on it.
Yeah.
Cool. So if you want to comment on your best movies of 2024, podcast@pencinema.com.
I would love to hear from our listeners their best movies of 2024. Podcast@pencinema.com. I think that would be so fun.
Yeah. All right, so moving on, we're going on to listeners' feedback, question, comments, so forth and so on. A very esteemed writer writes in. One Marley Bear.
The Bear of Marley. Marley Bear.
She says, I'm writing to apologize for / correct my father's
Wait, I don't
ranking.
understand. What does that imply?
Well, it implies that her father, who goes unnamed,
Right.
may or may not have made a mistake publicly.
And also embarrassed the family along the way, it sounds like?
Yeah.
Because if she feels the need to apologize,
Yeah.
this poor guy.
This guy may be the head of the family, but he
Right.
doesn't represent the family.
Clearly. Hopefully not.
Yeah. It's his rankings on the vacation movies.
So she's writing to apologize for and correct her father's ranking. Okay, got it.
Right. She says number 1 is Christmas Vacation.
Which I think is what her father said. So they're on the same page there.
Right. Number 2 is Vegas Vacation.
Which
Number 3 is Summer Vacation. Number 4 is European Vacation.
it's fun when the youth write in acting like they know stuff.
That's a pretty challenging list. What was yours?
My list was Christmas vacation, summer vacation, European vacation, Vegas vacation.
Oof.
I guess the whole world will agree that Christmas vacation was number one.
Someday when Marley's kids look back and they said, Mom, what happened between you and Dad? What caused the rift?
Why have we never met our grandfather?
Yeah. She'll be like, well,
let me tell you.
Let me tell you
about a place called Wally World and how I don't appreciate how amazing the original vacation movie was. Here's my logic.
Yeah.
Well, first of all,
Yeah.
everybody can have their own list. That's cool.
Yeah.
Like, that's fine.
I mean, but there's the right list.
No, I'm not right. That's what I'm saying.
There's your list.
Right.
And there's the right
You're
list.
entitled to your own opinion, and I'm entitled to the correct opinion. The correct opinion, everybody agrees Christmas vacation. Nobody's going to argue that.
Right.
I feel like I may have let Marley down by having not shown her summer vacation frequently enough. Because here's where I think she's coming from. I think that she owned the DVD for Vegas Vacation.
Okay.
And has therefore seen it 100 times. I'm not sure that we have shown her summer vacation frequently enough. The Wally World bit, the walrus, the moose at the front should have told you we're closed. John Candy, I think that is in that movie. The whole bit where, they got the grandma with them, and then she dies. It's so freaking good.
I think
The family mobile.
you're on the right track because it's like how I think Temple of Doom is the best Indiana Jones. That's the one that we owned.
Yeah, but you're wrong because it's
That's
not.
the one I watched over and over again.
And I think so. She ranks European Vacation. I will. All right, David. Let me just try to meet someone in the middle.
Yeah.
If you want to tell me that Vegas Vacation is better than European Vacation,
Yeah.
I will.
You're disowned.
No, not at all. If you're trying to tell me that European Vacation is better than Vegas Vacation, or I'm sorry, other way around, the Vegas is better than European, I will give you that. I will grant you that. Okay. But I'm saying the original Vacation is second for sure.
It's been too long for me to say anything other than Christmas is the best.
Right. Okay.
All right. Well, look, if you want to be a part of the show like Marley was, podcast@penncinema.com.
She texted me it.
Did she really?
Yeah, and then I was like, it sounds like you need to try out our new email address. I did not know that she was going to be using words like apologize for.
I saw it. I just chuckled to myself.
I think her original words were like, why are you so wrong? Or something like that. Like, she was pretty clear in her email that she that she disagreed with the sentiment. Hang on a sec. I want to see that. She said, she writes to me out of nowhere. I'm sitting at my desk minding my own business.
Whoa.
I'm minding my own business, sitting at my desk, and I get this text that says, oh my God, Vegas Vacation is not fourth.
like you remembered.
I had no idea. So I wrote her back, what are you talking about?
I love those texts.
And then she wrote, you ranked the vacation movies 1 through 4 on the podcast. So I wrote her, how it should be. And then she said, her response to me was that she's so much her father's daughter. She writes me back and she goes, I texted her my list of how they should be.
Yeah.
And she wrote me back and said, that could not be more incorrect. And then that was when I was like, you ought to try out our new email.
I love it.
Oh my God. All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. So if you want to be a part of the show, podcast@penncinema.com to send us this week. We would love to hear from you with your favorite movies and or favorite movie moments.
Yeah.
From 2024.
Right. And now it brings me to our last segment of the show. And I have to ask, I got to say, Penn.
Yeah.
What's up with you? Did you take ballet?
I did.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
because those moves.
Yeah, the pliés.
Yeah.
They were a special. I've been practicing them extra.
I was in awe.
Yeah, as most people are.
Yeah.
When they see me
That's
dance.
it. Not only is he fast, but nimble
And furious.
and furious.
Right.
Yeah.
David, what I've been up to, Amy and I just had the nicest evening. We were wrapping Christmas presents and eating dinner and just relaxing, and we watched Fred Claus.
You didn't get confused and eat a Christmas present.
I did not, but I did eat a Christmas cookie.
Whoa.
Or 2.
Whoa.
Or 12.
Or all.
Or all of them. So the next day we had to wake up and start again making Christmas cookies. We watched Fred Claus, which is not a great movie, but we thoroughly enjoyed it. It stars Vince Vaughn as Santa Claus's older brother.
Okay.
Paul Giamatti plays Santa Claus. It's a dumb movie, whatever, but it was so fun. Like, just a good, fun, goofy Christmas movie.
Nice.
Yeah, it's exactly what I wanted. Then we watched Christmas in Notting Hill, a Hallmark movie. Not as good.
What?
Well, let me just say this about that. I don't know how it ended because we didn't watch the end.
I'm surprised you didn't watch Hot Frosty.
Right. Right. That's about the length of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Fred Claus Christmas. And then I really enjoyed Black Doves, which I recently finished. And also, I should just mention, I'm not trying to brag or anything, but you commented earlier on my dance moves.
Yeah.
Well, I went salsa dancing.
Did you really?
I took lessons to learn how to salsa dance with Amy and some of our friends. We took a little group lesson, and I'm pretty hot shit now with the dancing.
Wow.
Oh yeah. I wear that's why you notice I wear my little black shoes with the high heels.
I did notice that.
Yep.
I was also wondering why you kept dumping salsa everywhere while you were dancing. I was like, I don't know if he knows not what salsa dancing is.
It is when you dance with me. You get some chips and dip.
A little pico de gallo.
Some chips and dip and a little salsa dancing. Yes. But David, I was downstairs earlier talking to all the ushers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and they all wanted me to ask you this question.
Yeah.
What's with you?
I'll tell you what's with me.
Let me guess. Lower Decks.
How'd you know? But Lower Decks had its finale, its series finale, and I think it ended quite well. Big changes for the Star Trek universe, just saying. I also lowered my standards and saw Kraven the Hunter. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. I will say that is the best of the SPUM movie universe, which is the Sony Pictures universe of Marvel movies.
Yeah.
But that doesn't say much. It's also quite bad. So yeah, it's glad to know that they shut down the SPUM universe after that. Also, I've been watching Skeleton Crew, Star Wars Skeleton Crew.
Oh, I heard that's really good.
It's very much
I should be
Goonies
watching
in
it.
space, and
I should be watching it.
It's pretty good.
I got to remember. Yeah, okay. You know what? I keep forgetting to watch Disney. When I look at platforms, I keep forgetting to check.
It's not Andor good, but it's like really good for what it's doing.
Yeah.
It's the reason I don't like Goonies is because of all the yelling. So it's all the good parts of Goonies without all the yelling.
Without the yelling?
Yeah. And then I've been rereading and really enjoying The Wizard's First Rule by Terry Goodkind, which is a fantastic book. So there you go. And that is our last show of the year.
Yeah.
When we come back, it'll be 2025, and we will have our best movies of 2024.
Holla!
Holla, 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 holla.
What's up?
And that's going to be amazing. And we want to hear what your best movies and moments are. So email us at podcast@pencinema.com. That is the best way to get in touch with us. But say someone wanted to support the show, not only in 2024, but in 2025.
Yes.
Going forward.
Yes.
How would they do that?
Well, probably the smart move.
Yeah.
Because there's a million ways out there that you could just do it.
Right. And our listeners are smart.
Right. Obviously. Goes without saying. The smart move is, because we love to get our listeners started listening, probably I think the appropriate age range starts like age 5, something like that.
Yeah.
So what you want to do is you want to take all those gifts that you already bought your kids and just
out the door.
Out the door.
Yeah.
And instead what you should do is get them a plank of wood. Get some charcoal.
Yeah.
And write on the plank of wood, listen to the Penn Cinema podcast.
I mean, what's the gift that keeps on giving?
Yeah, the podcast.
The podcast.
Right. Don't even go Jelly of the Month.
Yeah.
I want your kid to unwrap a plank of wood on Christmas.
Any pictures of this?
Right.
Gold.
Gold, Jerry, gold.
Gold.
But if let's first say that you don't have kids,
Right.
then what you could do is give your loved ones planks of wood. And if you don't have any loved ones,
Office party, elephant
right, office
exchange.
parties
Yeah.
would be great for this.
Yeah.
If you don't have any loved ones, just tell a friend. And if you don't have any friends, tell us how much you enjoy the show. And you do have friends because you have David Moulton and Penn Ketchum. And we love you, and we are so happy that you listen to the show and appreciate what an incredible year it has been. And the next time we hit you up, it's going to be the beginning of 2025.
Yeah.
And we can't wait to go through 25 with you.
Yeah. Thanks again for an amazing year. And once again, for the Penn Cinema Podcast, I'm David
And
Moulton.
I'm Penn Ketchum. Take care and party on.
Thanks for joining us this episode. Our hosts would love to hear from you. To contact the show with your thoughts and reviews, email podcast@penncinema.com. This podcast is a production of Penn Cinema. Escape to the movies at Penn Cinema, featuring crisp digital projection, killer sound, reserved seating, and premium power recliners. With locations in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, Wilmington, Delaware, and Huntington Valley, Pennsylvania. Showtimes and tickets available at www.penncinema.com.